The first thing you want to do is grab your floor jack and drag it across the driveway, waking up the entire neighborhood, and align it to the rear jack point of the Prius. If you don't have a floor jack, grab the jack that comes in your spare tire kit and raise the Prius using that one instead. After raising the car, grab your jack stands and place them in the rear jack points of the Prius. Slowly lower the car so that it sits on the jack stands. Don't leave the weight of the car on the floor jack. Not sure if this is only needed when replacing the front brakes, but I like to remove the negative from the battery before doing any brake work. Using a pry bar, gently remove the hubcap and set it aside. Grab your impact wrench in a 21mm socket and remove the lug nuts. This can also be done with a socket wrench if you don't have an impact wrench. Using a 10mm socket, we're going to remove this bolt to give us more slack on the e-brake line. Remove the bolts holding the caliper in place with a 14mm socket. Using the bungee cord with a hook, we're going to set the caliper aside so it doesn't put a pressure on the brake line. Using the same 14mm socket, we're going to remove the bolts holding the caliper bracket in place. Remove this plastic cover and then, using a pair of angled needle nose pliers, carefully and gently remove the ABS sensor that's connected to the back of the hub. That helps me press the right clip to remove this. And now we can take the hub off. Using a socket extension in the 14mm socket, we're going to start to remove the bolts holding the hub in place, with a little help of WD-40 because these suckers were stuck. There we go. That's pretty bad. Having all the bolts out of the way, grab a big ass hammer. I'm using a 4-pound hammer to bang the crap out of the hub to remove it. This thing was stuck on. I know there's other ways to remove it, but I found that the hammer method was the easiest way to remove it. I grabbed my wire brush to remove as much rust buildup as possible from all the screw threads. Now to clean all this up so I can put the new hub in. Using my air grinder and a disc that came in my surface conditioning kit, I tried to remove as much rust as possible so that I could fit the new hub without it getting stuck or unable to fit in that opening. Yeah, pretty bad. Grab some anti-seize lubricant and give that rear knuckle a nice makeover. Once you have the new hub in its place, grab the bolts and start feeding them in to tighten the hub back into place. And now, using our torque wrench, we're going to tighten this to 66 foot-pounds. Remember to apply some anti-seize to the hub. Put the new brake rotor in place and start tightening the caliper bracket and torque them to 42 foot-pounds. Now we thread back the screws for the slide pins, and these get torqued to 25 foot-pounds. You may need to use a combination wrench to keep the slide pins from moving while tightening the bolts for the caliper. All right, now we need to put back the e-brake cable. And now we're going to put on the wheel. Alright, now we're going to gently, slowly bring down the car. It is best to do small turns to the left to allow the floor jack to gently lower the car back down. Now we can go tighten the wheel. There it is, 76 foot-pounds. Other than getting stuck with the stupid slide pin on the caliper, it went a lot smoother than last year's debacle. If you want to check that one out, check this video out and you'll see what I learned, what I went through. That was replacing the front hub. So the rear are actually not as bad because you don't have to deal with the axle nut. But still, having the slider pin being jammed up cost me a few hours. I had to put the caliper bracket back in place and use a chisel and a hammer to get that slide pin removed. Hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Thanks for watching. See y'all later.